G'day Hoop fans! Today we're taking a deep dive into Lachie Olbrich's incredible journey, from a kid shooting hoops with his dad in Adelaide to being drafted into the NBA by the Chicago Bulls. March 23, 2025. The NBL Grand Final Series is tied 2-2. The Illawarra Hawks are down their starting big man Sam Froling to a knee injury. Up steps 21-year-old Lachie Olbrich. He put up 12 points to help deliver the Hawks their first ever NBL Championship. That championship performance earned him an invite to the NBA G League Elite Camp, where he stood out and was selected for a call-up to the NBA Draft Combine, and then continued to turn heads at every level until the Chicago Bulls called his name with the 55th pick, doing it the hard way, but impressing every step of the journey. So let's rewind to where it all began. Born on December 30th, 2003, in Adelaide, South Australia, Lachlan Olbrich grew up playing basketball with his dad and older brother Mitchell, developing that competitive edge early on. The trio would have epic battles with their hoop on the lawn, and regularly attended Adelaide 36ers games together. At school, Lachie wasn't just hooping. He also played volleyball at Raynella East College, building that all-round athleticism that would serve him well later on. Lachie's father Greg was his basketball idol and a serious player in his own right. Even won the Woolacott Medal for the best and fairest player in South Australia back in 1995. Like his son, Greg was a centre who played for the Adelaide Giants and Southern Tigers, and gave back to the sporting community through coaching. Following in his dad's footsteps, Lachie represented South Australia at the National Basketball Championships in 2020 and 2021. In 2021, he was also part of the South Australia State Squad at the Under-20s National Championships, where he helped lead the team to the bronze medal game. Lachie led the tournament in steals with 2.4 per game and was third overall in rebounds, averaging 8.8 per game. The following year in 2022, he was back representing South Australia at the Under-20 National Championships and had a breakout tournament, averaging 17.5 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game, helping lead South Australia all the way to the gold medal game. Check out this shot. Down 8 with little time left against Queensland, he gets the ball and hits the step-back 3 to give South Australia some hope.
Knocks it down! Great shot over the hands of Rule.
That ultimately falls 75-68, but this moment showed Lachie was starting to display that clutch gene and versatility we'd see throughout his journey. While still in high school, Lachie's talent earned him a scholarship to the Basketball Australia's Centre of Excellence in Canberra in January 2021, a huge opportunity for any young Australian player. At this elite development program, he got his first taste of high-level basketball, playing a game for the squad in the Waratah League and a couple of games for the Southern Tigers in the NBL1 Central. Limited minutes for sure, but valuable experience training alongside Australia's best young talent. Then came a massive moment, something every young baller dreams of. October 2021, Lachie was signed by his hometown team, the Adelaide 36ers, to a development contract. As a development player, he appeared in just 3 games without scoring, but the experience was invaluable.
Lachie Olbrich checking in for the last little portion of the game.
Training every day with professional players, learning the systems, understanding what it takes to compete at the NBL level. After getting a taste of the top leagues with the 36ers, Lachie rejoined the Southern Tigers for the 2022 NBL1 Central season. And this is where he started making waves on the domestic scene. In 12 games, he put up impressive numbers, 19.8 points, 10.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.1 blocks per game. His performances earned him his first major accolades, selection to the NBL1 Central All-Star 5, and the Frank Angove Award as the league's best under-23 player. With his stock rising, Lachie made the decision to test himself in American college basketball, committing to University of California Riverside for the 2022-23 season. And he made an immediate impact. In his freshman year, he averaged 11.4 points and 6.1 rebounds per game across 34 games. He was named Big West Freshman of the Year and earned an honorable mention for the All Big West team. He's only the second player in UC Riverside history to win the Freshman of the Year. You could see his skill set developing in college, that soft touch around the rim, the passing ability, and more importantly for a modern big man, he was showing he could step out and hit the occasional 3. After his successful freshman year, Lachie made the decision to return to Australia for the 2023 NBL1 Central season, this time suiting up for the West Adelaide Bearcats. He averaged 21.1 points, 9 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game.
Great transition from the Bearcats.
On nearly 60% shooting from the field.
He'll go coast to coast if you don't mind.
Again earning an All-Star 5 selection and winning the Frank Angove Award for Best Under-23 Player for the second year in a row. Lachie led the Bearcats all the way to the NBL1 Central Championship. In the grand final against the Forestville Eagles, he put up 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists in a 106-95 victory to earn the grand final Most Valuable Player. That performance caught the attention of NBL teams, and on April 4th, 2023, the Illawarra Hawks signed him to a 3-year deal. Lachie's first full NBL season with the Hawks was always going to be about learning and adapting. Playing behind veteran captain Sam Froling, he was only getting 12 minutes a game, averaging 3.8 points and 3.1 rebounds. It might not look like much on paper, but he was absorbing everything: the pace, the physicality, the mental side of professional basketball. During the NBL off-season, Lachie joined the Canterbury Rams for the 2024 New Zealand NBL season. On March 27th, Lachie was cooking dinner after his Rams debut against Nelson when his world was turned upside down. His phone blew up with calls from his family. His father Greg had suffered a cardiac arrest during a social basketball game in Adelaide and passed away at just 51 years old. The loss was devastating. Greg wasn't just Lachie's father, he was his first coach, his biggest supporter, his basketball idol, and the person who introduced him to the game. Lachie flew back to Adelaide to be with his family and grieve, but he never considered not returning to the Rams. He knew his dad would have wanted him to be on the court doing what he loves. When he came back to the Rams in late April, he was playing for more than just basketball. His first game back was pure emotion channeled into basketball. He scored 35 points against the Hawk Bay Hawks.
Pretty decent rivalry going!
It's gone down as well.
What followed was one of the most dominant individual seasons in New Zealand NBL history.
Lachlan Olbrich upstairs!
The Rams finished 17-3 with a 16-game winning streak, and Lachie was at the heart of it all. 20.6 points, 12.4 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.1 blocks per game. He swept every major individual award: New Zealand NBL MVP, Grand Final MVP, All-Star 5, Most Outstanding Forward, and Youth Player of the Year. Come playoff time, Lachie was unstoppable. In the semi-final against the Taranaki Airs, he posted 22 points and 16 rebounds, then made the game-winning layup with seconds left in a 112-111 double overtime thriller.
To Olbrich! He puts it in! Lachlan Olbrich! The Rams have stormed the floor! The Rams are going back to the final! 112-111! It's all over at Cowes!
The grand final against the Auckland Tuatara was a dominant display. 29 points, 18 rebounds, and 6 assists in a 102-87 victory.
This is it. Your 2024 Cells NBL champions back-to-back, the Canterbury Rams.
It was a standout performance on the biggest stage. After the game, Lachie was announced as the grand final MVP.
With our finals MVP, Lachlan Olbrich.
And in his post-game interview when he was asked about his father, Lachie simply said,
"Yeah, I know my dad's out there watching me and, really happy for me. So, yeah, just, giving my all for him,
You could see the emotion as he dedicated this championship to the man who first put a basketball in his hands. His dad would be proud. Lachie had done it again. Championship number 2, Grand Final MVP number 2. This was the making of a special player. Lachie returned to the Hawks for the 2024-25 NBL season as a different player. The experience in New Zealand, the personal growth, the confidence, it all translated to his best professional season yet. He showed out at the preseason NBL Blitz, catching the attention of NBA scouts who were starting to take notice. This wasn't just potential anymore, this was production.
Here's Olbrich! Off the lob from Swakala.
The regular season started strong, and by November his performances were turning heads both domestically and with the Boomers.
Olbrich turns the corner, that's impressive from the youngster.
Mid-season, he received the call-up every Australian basketballer dreams of: selection for the Green and Gold, the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. In his Boomers debut against Thailand, Lachie posted 6 points and 6 rebounds in just 15 minutes. His first points wearing the Green and Gold came in classic Lachie fashion: a defensive stop, grab the rebound, running the floor, and getting the ball back for a dunk. If there's a signature play that defines Lachie's game, that's it right there. He followed up with 6 points and 2 rebounds in 10 minutes against Korea. Solid contributions in his first Boomers experience. Back in the NBL, Lachie's momentum continued. On November 28th against the New Zealand Breakers, he scored an NBL career high 21 points in just 13 minutes of court time. Now that's efficiency. The Hawks had their best season in franchise history, finishing with a 20-9 record to earn their first ever minor premiership. Lachie was averaging 8.4 points and 3.8 rebounds in just 16.5 minutes per game. Solid production in limited minutes, playing a key role in breaking the Hawks' 24-year championship drought. The Hawks entered the playoffs as the number 1 seed, and Lachie was ready for his moment. They defeated the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix 2-1 in the semi-finals to reach their first ever NBL Grand Final.
The Hawks' history-breaking season will extend to the Championship Series.
The Grand Final against Melbourne United was a classic 5-game series. Heading into Game 4 down 2-1, the Hawks' season was on the line. Early in that crucial fourth game, disaster struck. Captain Sam Froling went down with a knee injury in the first quarter. With their championship dreams hanging in the balance, enter
Number 30, Lachlan Olbrich.
Given his chance to shine, he responded with 13 points in 25 solid minutes, helping the Hawks to a crucial 80-71 series-tying victory. When this team needed him the most, he delivered. Then came Game 5, the decider. Championship on the line. In the biggest game in Hawks franchise history, Lachie stepped up again with 12 points as the Hawks claimed their first ever NBL Championship with a 114-104 victory.
The NBL Championship now lives in the gong.
The emotion, the relief, the pure joy. You could see what this historic moment meant to Lachie and the entire organization. Going from the backup to championship hero when it mattered most, this performance would prove crucial in his journey to the NBA. Lachie earned his way into the NBA Draft Combine through some impressive performances at the NBA G League Elite Camp. His Combine performances were impressive, posting double-doubles in both scrimmages he played, showing his motor, basketball IQ, and ability to impact winning. At nearly 6'9", with a close to 9-foot standing reach and the longest hands at the Combine, he had the physical tools to match his on-court production. The interest continued to build through individual team workouts, including a pre-draft workout with the Portland Trailblazers alongside fellow Aussie Ben Henschel. NBA analysts were taking notice of his complete skill set. Jonathan Wasserman of Bleacher Report sees some Domantas Sabonis in Olbrich's game, stating that the Aussie big man brings a polished low-post game and an advanced feel for the sport shaped by years of pro experience. He's shown patience and footwork as a scorer. He also reads the floor well and makes smart plays within an offense, giving him a foundation that could translate as a role player. That's high praise. Sabonis is a two-time All-Star known for his basketball IQ, passing ability, and efficiency around the rim. ESPN's Jonathan Gavoni highlighted Lachie's toughness and skill combination, noting his strong ball handling ability for a big man, his ability to score in the paint, and his vision as a passer.
We see Lachlan Olbrich with the drop-off, KJ Buffin.
Yahoo Sports' Kevin O'Connor sees him as a high-motor player who could set the tone for a team with his toughness, projecting him as a screen and dive reserve who could earn rotation minutes. While Lachie may be undersized for a traditional center role, his basketball IQ, motor, and winning mentality make him an intriguing prospect who could contribute right away. Then the moment every Aussie basketball fan had been waiting for arrived. With the 55th pick in the second round, the Chicago Bull called Lachlan Olbrich's name, officially making him an NBA player and part of the largest Australian draft class since 1997. When it came to choose his jersey number, the decision was deeply personal for Lachie. He picked number 47, a number with a special meaning to the Olbrich family. An emotional Lachie explained that when it came to picking the jersey number, he picked it for Dad. Chicago is an outstanding landing spot for Lachie's development as well. With Josh Giddey likely resigning, Lachie will have an experienced Aussie teammate to help guide his transition to the NBA. Lachie received a phone call from Giddey in the hours after being drafted, and the veteran guard thinks Chicago is the perfect situation for his fellow countrymen. And just as I finished putting this video together, the news broke. Lachie has officially signed a two-way contract with the Chicago Bulls. He'll be suiting up for the Bulls in the upcoming Summer League, getting his first taste of NBA action. The two-way contract gives him the perfect opportunity to develop between the Bulls and their G League affiliate, while Summer League will be his chance to show what he can do against other NBA hopefuls. The dream is now a reality. From a development player getting limited minutes with Adelaide, to College Freshman of the Year, to NBL1 Champion, to New Zealand NBL Champion, to NBL Champion, to NBA Draft Pick, Lachlan Olbrich's journey has been something special. Through personal heartbreak and professional success, he's demonstrated the character and ability that championship teams value. His older brother Mitch said that Lachlan's stunning rise to the NBA would have left his father Greg beaming. You can only imagine how proud his dad would be, watching his son achieve the ultimate basketball dream. For any young Australian ballers out there watching this, and dreaming of following in Lachie's footsteps, he has some simple but powerful advice. You gotta stick with it. The path to success isn't a straight line. It's going to be up and down, and it isn't going to be easy. You're gonna get knocked down, but you just gotta get back up again and give it another shot. Congratulations, Lachie. Bulls fans should be excited about adding a player who has consistently elevated every team he's joined, and will be playing for something bigger than basketball every time he puts on that number 47 jersey. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, Subscribe for more Aussie basketball content, and let me know in the comments, what do you expect from Lachie's rookie season in Chicago? Catch you later!